Welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, your home for discussions and debates about all things animation. Each week, we'll rank, review, and revel in animated shows from yesterday and today, and from around the world. So grab your Acme slingshot, set your mobile suit to autopilot, and put on your mouse ears. The Animation Station Podcast begins now.
Like robots.
Right. Well, I feel like a lot more of that show is probably, even if it's drawn on a computer. And, you know, I just think that's the way the industry is going. But I think with TV shows, especially when we're talking about the world of animation, you've got limited time and limited budget. So you have to focus in on what they figure are like their key scenes. And that must have been one of them where they're like, we need a money shot here. We need to really set this mood or the ambiance right, and they did a great job. That was a fantastic shot where you have that middle ground focus and, you know, giving it that cinematic depth. You know, it's really cool. But I gotta believe that it's just because they can't spend the time to make every shot and every scene that beautiful and that fully realized in a TV show. There's just not the time and budget to do that.
But do you see what I mean with the stylization? Like they put that like white.
Yeah, it's like they put
everything.
Yeah, it's
on everything.
Yeah, it's their
like
style.
It's their like sun or whatever.
Yeah, they're doing a strong highlight on the top. So,
and it's cool. I mean, I like it, and it's stylized in such a way that I think it would last the animation. But they put those 3D people in there, and it just kills it for me.
You spend too much time looking at those background characters.
I do. Well, because background characters matter. Because you never know.
Oh, that means I matter.
Nope. Because you never know when a background character is going to come into the foreground. Like in Star vs. Forces of Evil. Like Janna, totally a background character.
Right.
And now she is like one of the main 5 people in the... 5 people in the intro. For season 2. Okay. She's like evolved, come leaps and bounds.
So does she still have some kind of crappy background style?
No.
Oh. So what's the problem?
Yeah, well, like there were a couple scenes where she was kind of like flat.
Yeah.
But then, you know, now that she's come into everything,
sure,
she's lined up.
Well, again, there are limitations, and they don't have time to fully animate every denizen of every town they animate. All those background people, they need programs just to populate them.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
If you want a series like Gravity Falls that takes 5 years to come out with 2.5 seasons, then you'll get fully realized everything. But
why do you think there's a half season?
If you want, you know, your anime to come out regularly, you're just not going to get fully realized background characters.
Yeah, I guess.
And dope scenes every time. It's not going to happen.
Oh, well.
Maybe if there was less being put out, they could focus on quality over quantity.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's hard,
But
man.
the way the anime industry is right now, especially, like, I would say in the last 10 years, they've just been pumping everything out that they possibly can.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it sells.
It does.
It
does. That's why I like the feature animation, though, because it
takes time.
Yeah, and they, you know, focus on every scene, every character. Yeah, there are still some of your background characters which aren't going to be, you know, fully realized all the time. But for the most part, you get better production value out of a feature film. Maybe less story like you like and character development. But what are you ripping up over there?
I accidentally ripped up my Target tag.
Just a tag.
Accidentally ripped my gay pride Target tag.
Oh, no.
I feel bad. All right, you ready to kick this off?
Let's do it.
All right, welcome to the Animation Station Podcast. Episode 49.
Woo!
So close to 50.
I know, man.
So close to that AARP.
Like
we're almost there.
It's like a half milestone. Like I feel like the real milestone's 100.
I mean, if you want to, we can do 3 episodes a week and be there in like, you know, a month and a half.
Nah. If we counted all our interview episodes, we'd be up to like 75.
We're at like we're past 60.
Yeah, we'd be up there. I mean,
with all of our cartoon cafes and interviews and everything.
I think it'll be cool next month when we hit our 1 year.
Yeah.
But other than that, like really, I'd like to hit that 100 episode milestone.
That's
like,
that's
more
of a milestone.
50's neat. It's like, oh yeah, we're here to stay. We're doing it. We're making it
we
happen.
We didn't quit after the Tangled episode. I think it was like 3.
That was early. Man, some of those seem like so long ago now.
And they sound so bad.
Back in that was 3 studios ago.
That was
the
3
first
studios
studio
ago.
was your living room apartment in your old apartment. And our second studio was my art studio in my old apartment. Mm-hmm. And now we're in Rapunzel's tower. So, yeah.
I'm flipping all over the place.
Indeed.
And those sound awful.
What?
Like, have you listened
those
to one
old
of them?
ones?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I went back
bad.
and listened to some stuff because I was trying to remember what we had done on some of our top 5s, and our audio quality is better now.
I went to listen to the Beauty and the Beast one.
Oh, okay.
Because I heard that was one of our best, so I was like, I'll listen to it. What did we do different? I'm like, oh god, we sounded awful.
Yeah, the audio quality wasn't there. We sound better now. I think with maybe one more upgrade, we could sound like top notch.
Yeah.
But I think we're in good shape.
Here's the thing: if we were in an actual studio that's not ridiculously open like this room is, I think we would be.
Whatever happened to the idea of doing it in your closet? I don't remember.
It's too small.
Is it?
Yeah. And it would be even hotter than it is now.
Yeah, but that's a problem for you.
It is.
Not me.
And we have lots of clothes to muffle sound, so I mean that would actually be really good.
Maybe we should try it just once.
Oh, there's no outlets.
These cords are really long.
Fine. I'll give it a shot.
It's up to you, man. You're in charge.
Yeah, we can give it a shot. Why not?
We could get some soundproofing. Some of the acoustic foam.
See how far away it is, though?
Yeah, but that's why you need it, so it doesn't have that big room echo. It muffles that. It helps muffle it.
I guess. All right, so animation time, because you all care about how our studio
audio quality
room looks.
So, dude, you got any news tiddly bits?
Yeah, we're going to save one for the last part of the news, because that'll be more of a discussion.
Sure.
We did get a new Season 2 trailer, a super spoilery trailer, for the Starverse, The Forces of Evil, Battle for Muni special. That comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, while we're in California.
At D23. I wonder if they'll do a screening.
Ooh, maybe.
Because Darren Nefsey is going to be there.
He'll be there.
So is Alex Hirsch.
That would be cool.
That would be nifty. I wonder if anybody else is going to be there from the show. They've got to be doing a panel.
I think so.
Why would they not?
Of course.
Oh, and San Diego Comic-Con is going to have DuckTales.
Oh, yeah?
David Tennant's going to be there.
Nice.
The one lady's going to be there. Beck Bennett's going to be there. Mm-hmm. Did you know John Ralphio is one of the Ducks?
No.
Yeah, he's... I think he's Dewey.
Nice.
The blue one. Raphael. So, wait. No, it's Leonardo. Raphael was red. Because he had...
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's the red one.
Whatever. Kunai with chain. But, yeah. So, I saw that picture that Disney XD posted it. And I was like... Is that John Ralphio?
Nice.
I was like,
that's awesome.
Sweet. That was really
when is Comic-Con? I feel like it's right on the heels of Expo.
It's like the week after.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's like either the week after or 2 weeks after. It's like right there. It's in July.
I figured they would want them more spaced apart because I feel like a lot of people...
Well, Disney hasn't really been going to... They kind of keep... They don't do any announcements at San Diego
No, I know,
Comic-Con.
but you think of your convention goer. If they can get tickets to one or the other and they can get tickets to Comic-Con, I feel like most people would go to Comic-Con just because it's the bigger, more famous
Well, yeah,
event.
but it depends on what you're wanting to do. If you're more of a Disney fan, then you're going to go to this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Disney was... they don't really have too much... I know they pulled out a lot last year.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, we're going to keep it in-house.
It was... It was huge last year. It gets bigger every year. This is their 5th one, and it's going to be epic.
We should try and go to San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, we'll have to get tickets for 4 years down the road because they're sell out so quick.
Get us those media passes, man. We're podcasters.
Yeah. Not those kind of podcasters. Cloud City Cast has it better. They actually talk about Marvel.
Well, we're going to talk about The Incredibles.
They actually talk about Marvel. What else did we get? Oh, we got the Season 2 trailer for Rick and... Season 3 trailer for Rick and Morty.
Mick and Rarty?
And take 3. We got the season 3 trailer for Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Comes
Looks
out
hilarious.
July 30th.
You know, I still haven't watched
Pickle
much of that
Rick.
show, but it looks really funny.
Oh, dude, it's great. Justin Roiland's fantastic. I mean, it doesn't help that he pulls an Alex Hirsch and does like all the voices on that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the writing on it is really funny. Where does it show? Where does it play?
It's Adult Swim. It's on.
okay.
It's all on Hulu. That's where Brady watched it.
Okay.
Like, I watched it through with him. So yeah, dude, if you got nothing to do while you're drawing, pop it on.
Yeah,
it's
hard to
it's just a
watch while I
stupid
do
show
art.
that
Yeah.
you know.
It looks really funny.
Yeah, it's great.
It's funny, like kind of like Venture Brothers or like Archer. Like it's classically Adult Swim kind of funny. But
It
really,
literally
really
is
funny.
adult Gravity Falls. That's exactly what it is. And Gravity Falls is just junior Rick and Morty.
Which is why there's a minor crossover there.
Yep, there is that crossover.
Things going through portals and whatnot.
Alex Hirsch does voices. Justin Roiland does voices.
Oh,
so
nice.
They swap with each other. Different.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
And then now the one that we can talk about.
Drum roll, please.
The
your
Star
drum
Wars
roll's
Forces
amazing.
of the Star Wars Forces of Destiny that comes out this weekend,
Ugh.
July 9th.
It doesn't look good.
It looks. Is it this
Like,
weekend? When is July 9th? I don't even know.
It's another weekend away.
Is it?
Or no, it's got to be in the...
July
no, it is.
9th
It is next
is,
weekend.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's Sunday.
Yeah.
It's Sunday.
What's up with the animation, man?
It looks atrocious.
It looks terrible.
Oof.
Like really bad.
Like they're like,
Who's making it?
Disney.
No way.
Yeah, it's a Disney
Seriously?
thing, bro.
What the
It's on
heck?
Disney Channel.
I do not get it.
I know. It looks. It's weird.
When I
it's
saw
one of
that,
those-
you posted it, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it looks like some fan made thing, right?
It really does. Like, not high quality.
It looks like, Josh, we need you to. That was a bit loud. Josh, we need you to. That was one of the problems with putting the fridge right next to my mic. So whenever I try and get a water out, it's like, Josh, go ahead and animate something Star Wars for us. Here you go. Here's a budget of $15. Go for it.
Man,
You're
I was really
like,
surprised when I saw that. It's not great. Is that what you were saving for last?
Yeah, I'm sure, because I thought we were going to talk about that more.
I thought you were going to save something else for last.
What do we have?
Death Note.
Oh, yeah.
Death
So the
Note
Death Note
trailer
live
came
action
out.
trailer came out.
Oh my gosh.
And you can listen to our commentary
Yeah.
with
our review of
good
it.
old Liam DeCosamanone from Cloud City Cast.
Yeah.
We talk about the live action on one of those episodes. Look for it. It's in the title.
The trailer's finally out.
The trailer's finally.
So look it up
we
on
had
YouTube.
We had that teaser, and everyone like threw a hissy fit. But
People are going to do that.
yeah, and I mean it's understandable.
Yeah.
You can see why hissy fits were thrown.
Right.
But I don't know. It looks different. It doesn't look like they're sticking at all to the source material.
I mean,
like, I was
you have the main core
I
of
was
it
telling you,
is
like
there.
when right before we watched it, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they kept the name, the journal, Ryuk, and the character names. That's it.
Yeah,
they
that's
didn't
pretty
do
much
anything
it.
else.
Yeah, everything else is different.
Like this one, because
And-
Light in the very beginning, he's like, I don't care about anybody. I mean,
Did they even call him Light? Or
He's
was-
Light.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't care about anybody, whatever. This doesn't matter. Everybody is beneath me, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but in this one, he's like sticking up for kids who are getting bullied. And I'm like, bro,
I didn't really get it.
that's not the Light I know.
I feel like it's...
Light I know would just keep walking.
If people are looking for it to be very, very Death Note-y, I think they're probably going to be disappointed. Yeah. But I feel like they could be making a fairly decent movie. They maybe should have called it something different so that people don't compare it. But
Death Journal.
You couldn't
no,
have you
Killing
couldn't,
Journal.
you couldn't have had Ryuk in there and people not compare.
William Dafoe sounds good.
He looks awesome.
The best
He looks
part,
great.
The best part is I like how we can't see him.
Oh, yeah.
All of the shots that they're showing, he's in the dark.
Yeah.
You can't see
You
see what
see
he
his
looks
glowing
like.
eyes a little bit.
You see a little bit of his profile, but that's it.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, this is
And
what
you never see if he's like levitating, because like half of the show he's like kind of levitating.
Yeah, he's like
behind
flying on his
or,
like, weird wings that don't flap.
Uh-huh.
That's just like sticks straight up, and he's like.
But I kind of got the impression he was. They just don't show you. Like, I think they did a good job with this trailer because people who know Death Note, I mean, they only gave you things that you would know already. So I feel like there's a lot of potential mystery left to the movie based on that trailer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think it might be a decent movie.
I mean, I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if I'll be able to watch it. It seems really dark.
It seems fun.
Like I in animation, it's a little different than like there was that one scene in the trailer where people are just walking off of a roof to their death, and I like that image. I find really disturbing.
Did you see The Happening?
Which one's that?
With Marky Mark.
Yeah, but that was like, so silly.
Guys, we gotta go. The wind. We got out where the bees are gone. Guys, the bees. that
was so silly, though.
It was a bad mark.
Really
it was
bad.
A mark wall. It was a bad one, wasn't it?
No, that was fine. It went with the quality of that movie. But I don't know.
One of Shyamalan's best.
Like, if you watch it and you say, oh, it's only got, 8 killings, then I'll be like, maybe I'll watch it.
Oh,
but
no,
like,
The Happening
has
more killings. Like, there's a part where...
No, I've seen that. I'm talking about Death Note.
Oh, so you've seen The Happening?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be less dark than The Happening.
Really?
Well,
a
dude goes into a lion's pen and, like, gets eaten. He's like, here, kid. He decides to pet it, and it rips his arm off, and the other one rips his other arm off, and blood's, like, squirting through the... PG-13.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's...
It's like spurting through his arm sockets, and then he gets edited.
Yes, but this is a person causing deaths. That's different.
The other one was nature.
That I mean, yeah, that was a happening that, made people do things that got themselves killed.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. There's an evilness to the Death Note that I find a little unsettling. In an animated setting... Or in the manga, I'm a little more able to consume that. But when it comes to like really watching somebody like walk off a roof and like splatter on the ground, like I'm too much of a Disney kid. I need light and happy. They're not going to
show them splattering on the ground.
What's the rating? Do we know the rating yet?
Netflix, so I don't think they rate anything.
Oh, so they can go full blood.
Yeah. It'll probably be along the same lines of like Jessica Jones.
I think they'd be smart to keep it
stuff like that
somewhere.
So that's why they're not going to show people like watermelons, like Gallagher over here.
And they'd be smart to do that because their core audience is on the younger side.
Yeah,
it's not your adult audience that grew up with Dirty Harry or something.
Mommy, I want to watch the William Dafoe.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. When does it come out? Do you remember?
August.
Ooh, it's that soon.
Or October. I think it's August. I think it's August 20. Don't quote me on this. August 25th.
Nice. I'm going to quote you on that later.
You sure?
Sweet.
All right, ready to kick this
Let's get down to the topic at hand.
Yeah. All right, go for it.
All right. So, for our very first, what are we calling this? Justice
July?
Justice July is our superhero comic-y themed month.
And everybody's favorite comic book character, Booster Gold.
What? Who's that?
Booster Gold? Dude, I'll show you Booster Gold later.
Okay, cool.
He's dope. He's from the future.
So, we're kicking it off with Pixar's only superhero movie.
Bolt.
So far. That's not Pixar.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good movie, though. We went with 2004's The Incredibles.
Okay, Gavin, so The Incredibles.
Uh-huh. Incredible, no?
No. Here's my problem with this movie.
Okay.
It felt more like a James Bond movie than it did any sort of superhero movie.
Do you think you were tricked by the James Bond soundtrack?
Yes, very. I was tricked by the James Bond soundtrack, the James Bond lair, the James Bond villain, the James Bond plot.
Yeah, it's very James Bondy. I totally agree. But with superheroes.
Yeah, with superheroes. It's not a superhero movie. It's a James Bond movie. It's a spy movie with superheroes.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. It is very James Bondy. The music is super James Bondy, but I love it.
None of it's superhero.
Well, I mean, it's the characters are superheroes.
Like, because when you see superheroes, like,
yeah,
bah, 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 bah,
it's like in the beginning they're superheroes, and in the last fourth of the movie they're superheroes. But yeah, kind of in the middle, they're not allowed to be superheroes.
Boring middle bit where they're in school, like they don't do their powers. One of them's an insurance adjuster. There may or may not be some sort of cheat. Which, by the way, thanks for popping that in there, Pixar. They're like, oh yeah, how about an affair? That'll lighten things up for the kids.
A suspected affair. There's no affair.
I know there's not, but still.
No, that's for the adults. Like, you got to please the whole audience. You got to give them something to be intrigued by.
So they were like, what pleases the grown-ups? An affair.
Okay, I said pleases, but I meant intrigues or, somehow keeps them on the edge of their seat or entertained.
Now, here's the problem with what they did there.
Mm-hmm.
What if there's actually a superhero in the audience and, like, it's, like, based off of them? And then, like, their wife's like, he does have white hair on, like weird silver hair on his lapel. You're like, oh no, she's gonna find me out.
Crap. Yeah, Pixar outing superheroes everywhere.
Yep, sorry guys.
Well, I mean, I get it. I do agree that it feels a little more like a James Bond movie than what we would consider a traditional superhero movie. But I think it's interesting because it places us in kind of this middle period for this universe's idea of superheroes, where the world has kind of said, no, we need you to stop being superheroes because you're more dangerous than you're worth. And then throughout this, there's that struggle to just assimilate back into society. And then there's kind of this need for them to come back out at the end. So it's kind of that middle period. And I get why you would not be interested in that. I find it pretty interesting because I personally am not a big fan of the superhero movie, as you know, or superhero comics or superhero TV shows. Like, that's not my bag. So, like, this was more interesting to me because it was kind of a different off-center take of a superhero story. It's like, what if the superheroes weren't allowed to be super anymore? Like, I find that kind of interesting.
Well, they've done that before. I mean, that happens in comics.
Everything's been done before.
Exactly. But this one, they were just like, let's go ahead and take some, like, The Flash and Mrs. Fantastic, and let's go ahead and take some sort of big, strong guy and the Invisible Woman, or Mr. Fantastic.
Right.
And the Invisible Woman. Let's just, well, I guess that was technically
Baby
Mrs.
Changer.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I don't know, something. Beast Boy, whatever. We'll just call him Beast Boy. Why not? Let's just go ahead and give him all the superpowers, because why not? Who cares?
Right.
There aren't enough and Cyclops.
Is it that there aren't enough rules defined in this universe for you? Because I know that's problematic for you.
They do define the rules. They also kill a lot of people in this movie. There's a lot of death.
There's collateral damage, yes.
Well, there's collateral damage, and then there's straight up... Remember when Dash straight up murders a guy? Remember that?
They were trying to kill him. It was in defense.
Were they trying to kill him, or were they...
The guys in the cool, like, saw blade saucer speeder bikes?
At first, they weren't trying to kill him. They were going to capture him.
Well, how do you capture him with your spinning ship of doom?
And then you run away. That's what happens.
Man, I don't know. Whatever.
You don't run.
You just wait for it to chop off your head?
I don't know.
I mean, what were they going to do?
Well, but he does straight up murder a dude.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There is death in this movie.
Cold blood.
I don't know that it was in cold blood. I feel like it was in
He bounces off a guy.
Self-preservation.
He bounces off a guy. That guy straight up explodes.
Right.
That he literally killed that man.
It was not premeditated. Okay, this is a pointless argument.
Okay, what was it? I was going somewhere, and then you just kept talking.
You're the tangential one.
So like I was going to say before, you just kept drowning. As a fan of comics and superheroes and cartoons and all that stuff that the superhero genre is like very prevalent in, this felt like a cheat. It felt like they were like, if we just slap superpowers on them, we can get away with it, right? That's what it seems like. If they could have done anything else, they could have put this family in a giant mech suit Instead, kind of made it like a Gundam-y Voltron Pacific Rim. Like that one episode of Dexter's Lab, even.
So it's a ripoff, but you want it to be a different kind of ripoff.
I'm just saying, they could have done that too, and it would have been fine. All they did was, the story has nothing to do with them being superheroes. They're just like,
Sure it does.
No, here... Let me finish. Let me finish.
Oh, okay, Mr. Cutoff, you finish.
The superhero... The superhero part is just oh my gosh, that hit you right in the face. I'm so sorry.
It's tiny little lid.
That was supposed to go past you to make you freak out. I'm sorry.
We're still friends.
Here, throw this at me.
No, I'm not about retaliation.
In your leisure.
I'm not about retaliation.
But it seems like that was just icing. The superhero part was just like, can we just fit this in here? Sure, let's go ahead and just kind of jackhammer a loose plot in.
Well, I think to me, it's because part of the driver of the story to me is the whole fact that they're struggling with not being allowed to be who they are. And
you could have put that in anything, though. That's what I mean. Like it seems like they just fit superhero in there because Pixar was like, "Do we have any superheroes yet? Nah, let's go ahead and put superheroes."
Which just goes back to the fact that you just wanted it to be a superhero movie where they're being superheroes all the time.
Yeah, like Big Hero 6, they were superheroes the majority of the time. I mean, we do have a
they're
part
kind of learning.
We have a part. Yeah, we have a part where we do learn.
And actually, none of them are superheroes.
And there's really no learning curve in this movie for everybody. Maybe Violet. Maybe Violet.
No, Dash too. There are so many moments when he's learning, like, oh wait, I can get away with this. Like when he's running, and he's like, oh crap, I'm over water.
But
and then he learns, oh my gosh, I can run on water.
Knows he's fast.
He learns that he can be fast anywhere.
But there's no discovery of the fact that, oh snap, I've got these superpowers. They all know that they already have all these superpowers. Well, yeah,
this isn't an origin story.
But it is an origin story. This is an origin story for The Incredibles. But we're just going to skip the origin part.
The origin part happened before the beginning of this movie. Like they're talking about their old career at the beginning of this movie.
But that's not an origin story. An origin
story. I know. I'm telling you, this is not an origin story.
But here's the thing. That's not an origin plot, but this is an origin story. This is the origin story of the Incredibles family becoming superheroes. Is that what this movie is about? Is about this family donning their suits and becoming a superhero family. That is an origin story. However, we do not get the origin of their superpowers. None of this happens. They're just like, yeah, we had kids. Boom, one's fast, one's telekinetic. Because that makes sense when you have a plastic woman and a really strong guy. That's what happens when these two mate. And then we have Changeling Kid.
Who knows what Jack is?
Jack is, they're like, what? We wanted to make Dash the Human Torch. Let's make the baby the Human Torch. Can we also make him made of metal? Sure, why not? How about he turns into some sort of demon child? Yeah, sure, why not?
What powers would you have given these people? If they're all copy powers, are there any unique powers?
I wouldn't have made the movie.
Oh, I guess I kind of get what you're saying with the origin story in that it's the origin of their story being told to us, but it's not about how they became superheroes. To me,
but there's no progression of their powers. Here's the like I said, if you're gonna bring up Dash, we've got Dash going, oh yeah, look, now I can run on water and I can punch really fast. But we already knew you were fast. You already knew you were fast. That was this is not a surprise to you. The fact that, oh snap, I can run on water, that's kind of cool. But you already were fast. Violet could already make force fields, turn invisible, everything like that. She just got stressed. She couldn't do it under stress.
So it would have been better to you if they had been discovering their powers during the course of this movie.
That would have been a better movie.
Okay. I guess I don't have the same
Maybe Dash was just a little bit faster than everybody else.
Right.
They're like, man, this kid's actually pretty fast. And then add a track me, he's like, gone. Maybe Violet, like I said, maybe Violet is oh man, everybody kind of ignores me at school. I don't know why. No one talks to me. And then she just looks up. This is in her head, and she's looking out at these people. And then you flash to her, and she's literally invisible. And you're like, oh snap! But she doesn't know because she can't see herself.
Right.
She's just kind of like sitting there, with her hands in her hoodie, and she's just like, "Oh man, nobody even pays attention to me," and she's just not there.
Right. I mean, yeah,
stuff like
if
that.
That's what you're looking for.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, this movie didn't give any of that to you, so that makes total sense.
We're just supposed to, accept the fact that here's everything.
I guess I don't feel like I ever needed to know the origin of every time I see a superhero. Like, I don't need to see them discover their powers. Like, I get that that's kind of a traditional arc.
It's good, and you don't need to see it in every Spider-Man. You don't need to see it in every Batman because we know the origin story. Mm-hmm. We've seen this multiple times. Mm-hmm. You don't need to continue doing it. But when you're introducing brand new characters from like a brand new universe, it's like, would be nice to maybe show.
Yeah, but I think the point that they're trying to do, and you've kind of already touched on it, is that they're not inventing new types of superheroes. They're all the same old traditional powers that we see in everything. It's just a new set of characters. And to me, it's more about them as people and as a family dealing with a situation that's forced upon them that says you cannot be superheroes anymore. You have to assimilate. And then their struggle with that, and then the rise to power of this new villain and their need to return and beat this villain. And I think, to me, it takes us out of the superhero genre, like you say, and that makes it more interesting to me. But because of that, it makes it less interesting to you.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
The only part that was like superhero-y was at the very beginning when we're getting the backstory.
Well, and at the end when they're fighting Syndrome. And Frozone's skating on his little trail of ice.
Not particularly.
No, it's not superhero-y?
I mean,
they're all fighting with their superpowers?
I was already out of the movie by then.
Well, I think it's superhero-y.
Like, I was out of the movie when he like started working as a spy. That's when I was out of the movie. And that's when I was just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I'm just going to flip through my phone. so I'm sure I missed a lot of exposition and everything that probably would have made the movie better, but it's like, you had already lost me at that point.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's a lot of exposition. I mean, I feel like
And how long? Here's another question. How long does it take missiles to hit a jet? That was like a 5-minute scene.
She was doing some serious aerial maneuvering.
Yeah, but they're also missiles.
But she's also really good at flying a plane.
But they're also missiles. And there were 3 of them.
It's a movie, man. It heightens the tension.
Like, and another thing that I don't understand about the missiles either. Like, they're flying like right next to her. Mm-hmm. And you're like, why are they flying right next to you? They should be like,
it made for
going
dramatic
to
scene.
you. Yeah, it made for dramatic
you want
scene.
So much realism in your animation.
Yeah, I guess.
There's
let's
realism
also
in
kill
this
somebody
movie.
else. We like to kill everybody in this show.
Okay, so what do you think about the music? Because we mentioned the music being very James Bondy.
Yeah, it's not superhero music. I mean,
I think it's fantastic soundtrack, though.
Sure. I mean, you know me. I don't care about music.
Okay, so that didn't stand out to you at all.
The music in the film does not matter to me unless there's a touching scene and we've got stuff like I'll go to the music in Your Name when they're on the lip of the volcano. Mm-hmm. And they're playing the music where they're like supposed to be writing "I love you" to each other. Mm-hmm. Sorry, spoilers for Your Name. And it's like that's really good because you can hear that music. The music fits with this really well. It blends. And I was paying attention to it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this music fits really well right now." And I'm crying at the same time, so that also helps. But this is just like, sure, there's music. Why not? Didn't really know there was music in it until, or cared anything about the music until one of our posts got taken down off Facebook because we used the music, so we had to change it.
They take it fast.
Dude, they didn't even post. Like, Instagram was like, okay.
Yeah, they've got Facebook some sort of program that recognizes copyrighted music.
Which is weird because, like, don't they own each other?
Who?
Doesn't Facebook own Insta?
Oh, yeah, but I don't think the programming power is the same on Instagram.
Good.
But yes, they do. That's why Instagram is sucking now. Anyway.
Right? It's just been...
I think the soundtrack is fantastic. I think it's really good music. To me, it's really bold. It stands out, but you're not much of a music guy. So the last thing would be the artwork, and I think the artwork's really good in this. I think stylistically they do a good job with the design of the film. They create a very James Bondy type lair with a James Bondy type villain, even though he's got more of a superhero look to him. I really enjoy the artwork in this. I will say that animation-wise, it's kind of my cutoff, where every film that they did after this are the films that I would consider worth getting on Blu-ray. But this is kind of the last one that I'm like, nah, you can get away with DVD on this one, because they're right at the cusp of reaching kind of what I would consider the contemporary era of CG. And even some of those films are about to get cut off because, as we've talked about before, CG ages poorly.
Toy Story 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The textures in that film are just
unwatchable.
Terrible. But, at its time, it was pioneering and beautiful. And now, we look at a movie like Cars 3, and the animation was just spectacular. 10 years from now, though, it's going to be like, oh, they can do a lot better now.
Maybe we'll go back to doing 2D.
Ah, that would be great, wouldn't it?
So good. And you
I'm hoping for that someday.
You know my thoughts on. I hate the CG animation.
It doesn't do anything for you.
Nope.
Like,
does nothing.
There's 3 that you like, right? Zootopia, Big Hero 6, and Tangled. And that's it, right?
That's it.
Man, that's crazy.
Which is weird because I really like Miraculous Ladybug. That's total CG animation.
Because of its story and its
exactly.
TV.
I like the story.
You like story and you like TV.
I
Troll Hunters, you like?
Yeah, Troll Hunters too.
Ooh, when does the next season come out?
Don't know. They haven't announced.
It needs to come out like tomorrow.
Right?
Like I need it.
I also haven't announced Miraculous, but I don't know. It's maybe because they put so much detail in it, and I don't have to watch it for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I only watch it for like 30 minutes.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, okay, that's all I need. Just a brief snippet.
So,
except for the fact that, did marathon.
Right. Right.
But I can take a break whenever I want.
Go ahead and risk asking you to rate The Incredibles. I
give it a 1.
Wow.
But that's only deserved for like the utter trash. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pass.
I couldn't tell what you just said.
Huh?
I couldn't tell what you just said.
I'm sorry, off of pass.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Garbage.
Hey man, stand by your choice. Give it a 1 if you want to give it a 1. That's fine. We're a show that is critical.
Yeah, this is a 1.
And reviews things as objectively as we can.
1 Dipper Pine.
That's
incredible
in and of itself.
I don't even get to say Dipper Pines because there's only one of them. Oh, but I guess he is technically
out of
a Pines.
Dipper Pines, this movie gets 1 from you. Wow.
This is probably a 4 for you.
It's actually not a 4 for me.
5.
It's a 4.5 for me. This, to me, for a long time, it was my favorite Pixar movie. And it's still in that running for top 5. And I enjoy the heck out of it every time. I'm really interested to see where they go with the next one. Even though I would
like to see them do a time skip.
I would too. I totally would.
Like what they did with Andy. Maybe make... I'm not saying you do like 10 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe... what's her face? I already forgot their names. Violet. She's a senior. Mm-hmm. And that would make, I don't know, Dash like a freshman maybe? 8th grade.
Yeah.
Sure. Something. And Jack will be like, I don't know, kindergarten.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Don't make them, wee children still.
Like Fuller House, where all the kids have families.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
That'd be great. Except Michelle's not on there because,
As a final note, my favorite Incredibles character is Helen Parr. I love Mrs. Incredible. I think she's awesome.
She was probably the only good part.
That scene where she's stretched between the corridors and she's trapped in 2 different doors and she's fighting off those guys. I love that scene.
There's a lot of that looks really bad though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's kind of like the last movie where it's like, okay, we're still figuring things out. From then on, animation's amazing at Pixar. All right, you want to move on to the top 5?
Sure, top 5.
Let's do it.
And now for another top 5.
Okay, so doing something different with the top 5 again.
Yep, playing with that format.
Had a lot of good response. We had a lot of Nope, I guess that was the correct.
Yeah, good responses. Many responses good were.
Yes. The responses were well.
Yes. Well responsive.
They were well responded.
Yes.
So we're going to do that again. So we decided to pick our top 5 superhero live-action movies that we would want to see animated.
Yeah, or that we wish they would have done animated because it would have been better.
Number 5, not so much.
Oh, yeah? Because you like that one.
Yeah, I like that one. But, I mean, I think it would have been fine.
Right.
Like
they could do the same things and more.
And more, yeah. You can get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
And make it 2D.
Especially if major studios were willing to make animated movies that were PG-13, even R. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
DC's the only one.
I feel like there could be a market for it. Why isn't there?
So far, DC's like...
Disappointed. All right. So, and this is a joint top 5. So we're just going to talk about our co-top 5.
When I said our, I meant the collective our.
Yes, exactly. All right, so number 5.
I almost said when I said our, I meant the collective we. And I was like, wait, that doesn't work.
The royal we. So number 5 is your pick, and I'm going to let you kick it off. It's Deadpool.
Now, the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool is absolutely fantastic. Have you seen it?
Not yet.
We'll do it.
I do want to see that one.
Because what do we need to watch? What do you need to watch? You need to watch Kingsman and Deadpool.
Yeah, we'll call that the list. Yeah.
How long is our flight to California?
Well, it's going to be in 2 parts, and one part will be a little over an hour, and then one part will be a little over 2 hours.
Okay, we'll watch. Probably Deadpool. We can get away with Deadpool, I think. I'm not sure about Kingsman. It's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So we'll watch Deadpool on the plane.
Okay.
And then on the way back, we'll watch Kingsman.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
We'll do that.
But yeah, I think...
Are we going to do that like cute thing where we have an earbud each, and I have one in my right ear and you have one in your left ear?
We're going to bring the splitter because... Why?
All
but
right,
but hey, it's a pink splitter.
I mean, we're going to kiss under the fireworks in the amusement park, so I don't know why we can't share earbuds.
Hygienics?
Oh, okay. All right. Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, the live action is fantastic, but it seems like you could have done a little bit more, especially with Deadpool being such a cartoon character, if it was animated. Yeah. I mean, like I said, the movie's fantastic, but... And I wish they would have done this a little bit more. Like when he breaks the fourth wall, he totally, and it would have been a little bit better too. Like he just kind of like stops and like maybe like walks off frame.
Right.
Like if they do that in Deadpool 2, that would be great. Like he does like a Saved by the Bell. It's like time out, you know, and he like walks off and like goes. See, that would be really cool if he does like a timeout, walks off set, goes, gets like a coffee, and like drinks it, and then puts it back while he's still talking to the camera, and then goes back on set, and he's like, time in, or whatever.
That would be great.
And then it just starts going again. That would be fantastic. Yeah. And I feel like you could do that in an animated, and it would be easier to do than doing as a live action.
Yeah.
Just something funny and cute like that.
I love the concept of it, about him breaking the fourth wall. And if they did it animated, they could even do the things that they did in the comic books where, like, he would come out. Didn't he come out and kill the comic book artist at one point? Didn't that happen in one of the runs? I swear I heard somebody on a podcast talking about how in one of the comics, he actually kills the artist who draws him, right?
Yeah,
so you can do that.
I thought you were talking about in the movie. I was like...
No. So you can do that in an animated movie where it wouldn't... Like, who would he be? I guess he could come out and kill the director in the live action film.
You just see...
That wouldn't be like the same.
He kills Ron Howard.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same because...
Because I bet Ron Howard would love to do that. I'd be like, yeah, totally kill me. I don't care.
Yeah, and that could be cool. But in the comic... I was
Richie Cunningham. I don't care.
When he kills the artist who's drawing him, he's basically overcoming his own creator. And that, to me, is more epic. And you could do that in an animated film. I think that'd be fantastic. I think it'd be great.
Or if the animation, like, switches... Mm-hmm. Like he's like doing like his regular animation, he's like running, and then it just kind of like swaps to a completely different anime. Like maybe it goes like anime style. And he's like, whoa, what? You know, just do something like that. Like, I think that would be hilarious.
Or it turns like all sweet and Disney, and he's like, "What is this crap?"
Hold on. It's like, who's drawn this? Tom Bancroft? You know, something like that. That would be hilarious.
Oh, that's amazing. That's good. Well, speaking of different styles, the next one we thought might be good for a totally different style, and that is the movie Blade.
Blade would be fantastic.
Or the whole Blade trilogy, really. Because is there still only 3?
There's 3.
They're talking about
They
making
did
a fourth?
series. They did a series.
Oh, okay.
Like what I believe appropriately titled Blade the Series.
Oh, wow. They nailed that one.
Groundbreaking on that.
Yeah. But we both feel like this would be great as an anime style
kind of like Afro Samurai.
Yeah.
Or even if you did it like a Bebop or like get Toei involved, like a Bebop or a Space Dandy, something like that. That would be fantastic.
Bebop meets
like Sunrise.
Vampire Hunter D.
Ooh.
Like it could be
would be
awesome.
Really good. It would make a really good series.
Really stylized and cool. Like that could be sweet. I mean, Blade, the movies, they're all right.
It's all right.
You know, they're all right. But
the
animated, they could be amazing.
Yeah, it would be a fantastic anime.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
we're both on like the exact same page on this one.
And can reprise his character in
that
Trinity,
movie. Yeah. This is one of those rare occasions where I feel like we are exactly on the same page.
I like doing these because these work.
Yeah, they're fun. All right. Number 3. The greatest graphic novel of all time was made into an okay movie called The Watchmen. And I think it would have been a fantastic movie if it was animated. Maybe even like a trilogy, because there's a lot of material in the graphic novel. Have you read The Watchmen?
I have The Watchmen. Oliver, guest and friend of the show.
Part-time co-host.
Co-host of the show.
We need to get him on more.
Huh. If only we were going to see him in like 2
I know.
weeks.
So he's going to be on our D23 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun.
And we'll have him on other episodes.
Yeah, we need to. Because, I mean, you and him doing Killing Joke, that was a popular episode.
Yes.
So.
What were we talking about? Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
Yeah, he bought me Watchmen. I just haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. I've read it.
Okay.
I haven't read it.
You really should. It's one of the best books I've ever read.
Which is weird because like I have like that quick little run when they were doing the before Watchmen run.
Oh yeah.
And I have like all of like the Silk Spectre series. Mm-hmm. So I have all of those.
Yeah.
I think Amanda Connor did it and she signed a couple of them
for
me. So yeah.
I think
those.
I think that
don't
could
know
be
about Silk Spectre. That's
amazing.
about it.
I really think they could have done much more with it if it was animated. The movie visually it's pretty impressive, but there's a lack of story, and I don't know. I think they were kind of caught up in making a spectacle of it, and it was a disservice to the greatness of the graphic novel. So yeah, that's our third pick.
As someone who's not seen it, I will take your word on that. Yeah,
you need to partake of The Watchmen. You really do. It's amazing. Rorschach is one of my favorite characters ever.
Maybe on the way to, would it be appropriate to read on the plane?
You can read it anywhere. There's a giant naked blue man on about every 5th page.
So the answer is
you might want to strategically place your hand.
Since we're flying Southwest, then it would be perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But it's long. I don't know if you could read it in that amount of time. Are you a fast reader?
Oh, the book is long. I thought you were talking something else. I could probably finish it.
Good pause.
On a flight.
That. Okay, cool. Yeah, I highly recommend it. All right, number 2 from the Walt Disney Productions catalog.
Yeah.
Sky High.
Sky High would have been so good animated.
It could have been
amazing. Would have been so good.
I actually could see Sky High.
Either. It's weird because it's not a bad movie. It's a very forgettable movie.
Yeah.
But if you watch it, you're just like, wow, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I think they did a good job with it. I could actually see this being a quality TV series.
It would be
animated.
Yeah, it would be
like a Disney XD animated series
Sky High
by Alex Hirsch. It could be amazing.
Alex Hirsch in Sky High, that'd be so good.
That could be so cool. I mean, I could see it as a feature film, but I really see this one as a show. Like it could be a TV show.
Yeah, it would be a better show.
A really good series.
Yeah,
you could see origin stories
You
of
can see
high
origin stories
schoolers
of
with
all the high
powers
schoolers, yeah.
and things like that. It could be really sweet.
I want that.
I think
We're
that
going to
should be the
D23.
thing.
We'll pitch that to Lasseter.
We'll talk to all the people. We'll
Yeah.
make it happen.
I was when I go meet Alex, I should be like, dude, do Sky High,
Sky high.
and then just leave.
Alex Hirsch, you're my hero. I have 2 words for you. Sky high.
I have 3
He'd be
words
like,
for you.
"What?"
Dipsifica too,
That's hilarious.
or Wind Dip. I don't know which I like better, Dipsifica or Wind Dip.
Dipsifica's vastly superior.
I like Dipsifica myself.
Yeah.
But
It's
Wind
much
Dip,
better.
but Wind Dip has a certain appeal,
I
especially
mean,
after
yeah,
the last.
but it's like
especially after the last episode.
I get it, but it's like I don't know. It's like having a crush on your babysitter. It's like when you think
They're
about
only
it,
like
it's like no.
2 years apart, though.
Is that it?
She's like 15,
I mean, okay,
and he turns
if
13.
In 10 years, then that's a negligible difference.
Yeah.
But at their age, that's like
Dude, what are you talking
jumping
about? In
across
5
the
years, that's a
Grand
negligible
Canyon.
difference.
yeah, I guess that's
A
true.
20-year-old and an 18-year-old, totally fine. Once you're out of school, it's all game.
Yeah, that's close. That's kind of close for me.
And Dipper, he's going to be taking. He'll probably be going to the same college while he's in high school.
Touche. That's actually a good point. All right, dude. Our top pick for a live-action animated movie. Honorable
yeah.
mentions. I forgot we had some of these. So we have 4 honorable mentions that we thought of. First
I'm
one
glad you understood.
is-
Man.
I speak, Dipper. Josh. The
Dipper
Shadow.
Josh. The Shadow would be great because
Yeah.
he has a cape and a mask. He wears that red mask over. It's like the kind of like a bandana thing. And He's
Right.
got a cool hat and he's got guns and his action figure. Because I used to have one. He had the hat, and if you looked through the hat, you could like see through his eyes, and it would
Really?
be red.
Ooh,
It was pretty cool.
that's cool. We also came up with the Phantom. Good old Billy Zane.
Such a stupid movie.
That was pretty bad. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That would be
That
good.
could have been
That
really
would be
cool
good.
animated. And then this one, I guess, superhero Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim would have been fantastic.
It would have
animated.
been a fun animated show.
You can still keep everybody's voice and everything like
Sure,
that.
yeah. Michael Cera.
And Chris Evans. Can't forget Chris Evans.
Oh, yeah.
Best part about that, Chris Evans and Brandon Routh both in that movie.
Oh, wow. I forgot about
Do you know who
that.
Brandon Routh is? He was Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would keep the same cast, really.
Yeah, same cast. Just animate
Just
it.
animate them.
Make it look like the graphic novels.
Right.
It would have been fantastic.
Although Michael Cera does kind of look like Scott
No, he
Pilgrim.
doesn't. He
He
looks
did when
nothing
he was
like-
that young. I think he does. No?
I thought that, well, I don't know. I also don't know what to expect. You can't cast that just because the way that everybody's stylized, nobody
Right.
looks like that.
Well, it's like
So-
Cowboy Bebop. Good luck.
Yeah, have fun with that
Have
one,
fun.
guys.
Worst job ever. Casting director for
Spike.
Cowboy
Oh,
Bebop.
God.
All right.
But here's the thing. If they hit it, they're like, you get to cast everything from now
forever.
on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, our number 1 is a very dark choice. But we both would love to see this animated in a feature film. It's none other than The Crow.
The Crow would be amazing.
That could
you
be
could.
so
it would be an
incredible.
awesome animated rated R movie.
Yeah,
It would
I
be
agree.
so good.
I agree. I liked the feature film okay.
I mean, just think of all of the I can't even just think of all like the special effects
yeah.
that they used in the movie, but then put that on like animate
you
that.
can amplify it.
It would be 1,000
Absolutely.
times better.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil The Crow because everybody needs to go watch The Crow.
If like Hosada directed it or some like great anime
I don't
director,
think he could. He's not dark enough.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone.
But we
right
got to
now
think of
is
it as
dark
a
enough.
director who works in 2D though. You know, so it's got to be somewhere in
Alex
Japan or Europe, somebody that's going to work in 2D that can do it justice. I think if
Sinkai
they
could do pretty well.
if they made that work,
He knows how to pull a lot of emotion.
their opening day.
You think?
Yeah, that could work. It is an emotional story.
Yeah.
Have you read the graphic novel?
I've never read it. I've just seen the movie with.
You should. That's another one you should read. It's
What's his
fantastic.
name? Jason Lee?
Yeah.
May
No, not Jason Lee. Brandon Lee.
Brandon
Brandon
sounds
Lee.
better.
I
Who's
think it's
Jason
Brandon.
Lee?
Jason Lee's the guy from My Name Is Earl.
Yeah, not him.
And Syndrome from The Incredibles. That's Jason Lee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the name was. I probably saw it in the
Right,
credits.
right. I think it's Brandon Lee. Yeah. Yeah, he died in the making of that movie.
Yeah, which is sad.
It's crazy.
Was that a squib accident?
Yes, and there's a lot of urban legend around it about whether or not it was actually a real bullet, and somebody having it out for either him or his father. I can't remember.
So, like the Chinese having it out for Bruce Lee?
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
Possible. Who knows?
Who they've already animated, because basically Rafiki was Bruce Lee. He's awesome. So yeah, dude, I would love to see any of those things animated. I think it would be amazing.
The Crow would be fantastic.
Yes, I agree. It makes me want to go read that again. You need to read
Do
The
you
Watchmen.
have it?
I don't.
Okay.
I need to own it. It's one that I need to own.
rewatch The Crow. I haven't seen it in
Yeah.
oh god, maybe 10 years. It's been a long time.
That's good.
So I think the last time I saw it has to be more than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time I saw it, I was probably like 13, 14. So
Wow.
it's been a long time.
That's pretty heavy for a
And then
13-year-old.
I watched the sequel and I was like, ooh,
I
it was not
didn't
good.
bother with the sequel.
It was not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I think they've made like 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I don't usually bother with things like that. So cool, man. Anything else for the end of the show here?
Yeah.
We're just gonna fizzle out.
Let's go ahead and because we've got a couple people asking about what we're doing this month.
Oh, okay. You want to
Justice
kind of
July.
talk about the rest of the month?
Yeah.
All right, let me get out the list.
Yeah. So
Let's break it
that
out
means
here.
I have to vamp.
No, you don't have to vamp. I'm ready.
All right. I mean,
All
I
right.
could have vamped. I could have been like
So
Edward, Angel,
all vamps.
Johnny Depp,
Drac from Hotel
Drac.
Transylvania.
I don't know what Johnny Depp's character in the name of that weird was he just Dracula?
In which one?
That weird one
In
that came
Interview
out
with a
few years
Vampire?
ago.
In Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
No, he has a different name. I can't remember what it is.
Okay. Was it Alucard?
It's a whole family of vampires. No.
Alucard's an awesome name.
Yeah. All right,
It's
so
just Dracula backwards.
our lineup for Justice July has nothing to do with vampires.
I
So,
don't know.
Up next, we're doing the Teen Titans movie.
Teen Titans: The Judas Contract, not Teen Titans: Trouble in Tokyo.
Oh,
Teen
very
Titans: The Judas
specific.
Contract.
I'm excited because I haven't seen this. I'm very excited about it. Next up, after that, is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Is it just called Wonder Woman?
Yeah, it's the Wonder Woman movie.
The Wonder Woman movie. All right. When was it made?
2009.
Oh, so
Nathan Fillion's in it.
Is he a bad guy?
Nope, he's Steve Trevor.
Ooh, I don't know who that is.
Yep. All right. He's the worst of all people.
After that, we're doing Megamind, which is awesome. Have you seen
Haven't
that
seen it.
one?
Haven't
Oh,
seen
it's really
Megamind.
funny. Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, Brad
Is that one
Pitt,
of the? Is it an NBC movie?
NBC.
Like a Universal movie?
I don't remember. I feel like it's DreamWorks.
Okay.
I could be wrong
So
about
it's not
that.
like a Minions movie? Because that's
No, it's not
Universal.
Illumination. That's Illumination Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that. It's awesome. It came out the same year that Despicable Me came out, so they're often compared.
Oh.
And like Charlie prefers Megamind over Despicable Me. It's really good. Yeah, I'm excited for you to see that one.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish it off with none other than Dragon Ball Z.
Because you can't have superpowers without Goku.
Battle of the Gods.
And we'll have a special guest on that one.
Cool. I'm actually really excited for that one too because I've listened to you talk about Dragon Ball Z for the better part of a year now, and this will be my first Dragon Ball Z experience.
We're kicking you in with something not the best. You're gonna.
I'm excited
You're
anyway.
gonna hate the animation because it's
Really?
one of those ones where it was like rushed. So it's like, ooh, there's a lot of it that it's like, you can tell that this was made by like 14-year-old
Yeah.
poor animation students, like locked in a closet with like bread and honey.
So
That's
was
all
it
they
a
have.
it was a tight timeline and low budget? Like was it a combination?
Well, I mean, a lot of that stuff is, I mean, especially with the DBZ stuff, a lot of it is low budget because there's like 20 or so DBZ movies. They
Seriously?
just like churn them out.
Dang.
They're just like, yeah, let's go ahead. Brawley, why not? Yeah, we'll bring Frieza back. Well, how about all of these? And they just like pump them out like there's no tomorrow. And that's what they do. So this one just happened to pick up, and they're like, let's put a little bit more money in this. We'll change the art style just a tad, and then we'll see how this one goes. And it exploded. And then they were like, oh, snap, make Resurrection F real quick. We'll bring Frieza back.
Nice.
And they brought Frieza back, and they're like, boom, and that one exploded.
Nice.
So then they decided, okay, we'll do a brand new series, and we'll have it start from Battle of the Gods, which is the one that we're going to watch.
Nice.
So they're like, let's just start a whole new series based on this movie. Like, this movie is going to be like the crux of the series. And then it'll go out from there. And that's what they did. And there was like 100-something episodes already.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
Cool, man.
DBZ
Well,
don't
I'm
play
excited
around.
just
Akira
because
Toriyama's like, whatever.
I feel like I have this kind of outsider glimpse kind of knowledge of the show. So I kind of have this presupposition about what it is. But I feel like I really don't know what it is. Because it's so popular that what I think it is can't actually be the reality. So I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah.
I have a shout out that I like to give. Or,
Okay.
yeah, it's a shout out. So, our buddy Aaron, he actually came to me today at work, and he had just finished listening to our Cars.
He's in the
Was it
process of
Cars
trying
3?
to buy a house, right?
I don't know if he's buying a house or not. I'm not sure.
Hey, Aaron, if you're buying a house, message me. Send me a link.
What episode did we talk about our Disney questions? Like, what the heck? Was it?
That was last
Was that
episode.
Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
Okay, he just finished listening to that, and he came to me and he said, I've read about a fan theory about how everything in the world of Cars got built. And I thought I'd share it with you.
Yes, do.
Yes. So the fan theory goes that over time, Cars became self-aware and annihilated humans.
Nope,
so
I'm done.
humans built everything.
So we
and
built
the cars took over.
So humans built
Humans built Kit.
From Knight Rider.
Oh, yeah.
And then he became self-aware.
Uh-huh.
But okay, here's the thing then. If they did that,
It's not a solid theory. I'll give you that.
is my only
But it's
thing,
interesting.
My only thing with that theory is, okay, they became self-aware, they killed all the humans, and they took over, like Terminator. So we'll say that, the Judgment Day Skynet infected all the cars. We'll say
Okay.
that happens,
Sure.
right? How do they upkeep the world?
With the little forklift trucks, because they're the useful
The
ones.
forklift trucks still cannot change light bulbs.
It's just a theory. It's not perfect.
It's not. No.
I just thought that was interesting, so I wanted to give him a shout out because it's nice when people that listen to the show come and say, "Oh, I had a thought about what you guys said."
Exactly.
It's
And
nice.
if you guys want to tell us, you can have questions like, what are your top 5 live-action superhero movies that you'd like to see animated?
Yeah, I'd love to hear other ideas.
Or if you know how the cars worked, yeah, figure that one out. Or if you want to send me all the hate mail for Josh hating this movie.
Everybody
Not a
expected you to,
problem.
Josh. There was no surprise here.
Yeah. Just let us know in the comments. Or what you can do is you can come see us at D23 next
Oh,
week.
yes. Come find us at D23.
Or you can fly down to Oklahoma City and just track us down.
Yeah, just come hang out with us here.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Send us an M saying that, hey, I'm at that Arby's. And we'll be like, cool. And we'll meet you there.
Cool. We'll be there in 5 minutes.
I almost gave away our location because it said we're on what street. But then I was like, no.
No. There are some crazy people
They're
out
crazy
there.
people. We don't want that.
Awesome.
Let's see. We also have our special podcast coming out on Friday.
Yes, I'm so excited about this one.
In a Heartbeat podcast.
I'm so pumped about this one. I cannot wait to talk to them.
So like a heart, you are pumped for the
I
podcast.
am, and I'm really looking forward to finding out when we're actually going to be able to see this thing, because it's piqued my interest in an incredible way.
Yeah.
That fits
And-
with our episode.
Shut up. So we're not going to reveal anything too big right now.
Sure.
So you got to listen to that episode on Thursday. Friday,
Friday.
not Thursday. Listen to that episode on Thursday.
Yep.
We'll have everything there.
It's going to be awesome.
All right. Gavin, where can everybody find you?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Gavin Otteson Art.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can find the podcast on Instagram
at Animation Station Podcast.
You can find us on Twitter
at Animate Podcast.
On Facebook
Animation Station Podcast.
On our website
www.animationstationpodcast.com.
Nope. If you put in www.animationstationpodcast.com, it breaks. It's
it
not
does?
Bring you
Where?
to a thing. You didn't put a dot. It's www.animationstationpodcast.
Oh.
If you put in www.animationstationpodcast,
it's an understood dot. It's an understood dot. Yeah.
Well, then it's an understood com. Animation Station Podcast com.
I always fail somewhere.
You can also find all of our episodes on
iTunes and Stitcher.
Dang it. You're supposed to iTunes and Stitcher.
Oh, okay.
iTunes and Stitcher and
on the podcast tab of our website.
Perfect.
Yes. And on my phone. Just come have one of my earbuds and we'll listen.
I won't do it with him.
Yeah, because of hygienics.
Hygienics.
Oh, that's
Not the
amazing.
thing that makes you kill your pets.
So, August 25th for that movie? Death Note?
What? Yeah, Death Note.
I told you I'd quote you on it later.
Yeah, August 25th. Yeah, I'm
holding that
sticking
one
with
in my
my
back
guns.
pocket.
August 25th.
Nice.
If it doesn't, contact your local Netflix provider.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Your local Netflix provider? Is that like your Xbox? Like,
Yeah,
why it not on?
Talk to your smart TV.
Get your phone and be like, Siri, why no Xbox? I don't know why Xbox.
Awesome.
Why no Death Note? I'm tired.
I'm tired too. It's been a long week.
Oh my gosh, it's 1:30 a.m., Gavin.
It's not.
It's not.
It can't. It might as well be, though.
It might as well be. I feel like it.
Cool,
All
man.
right, so for the Animation Station podcast, I'm Josh.
I'm Gavin.
Bye-bye, little butterfly.
Made you look.
Thank you for listening to the Animation Station Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Animation Station Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Animate Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes. And join the conversation at SecretSuperheroClub.com, where you can connect with our podcast friends, Cloud City Cast, Getting Into Comics, and Shaun of the Gathering.
But yeah, I think that would be cool to be underneath the water balloon and just like the deluge, or deluge.
Deluge.
The deluge.
What's the phone plug-in?
Yeah.
Like, what's the little thing? Have you seen my new car yet?
No. Is it that blue one that's like parked right out front?
The blue Yaris?
I don't know what a Yaris is. Nobody knows what
Toyota
a Yaris is.
Sure they do.
Nope.
People know what a Yaris is.
No, they don't.
I know what a Yaris is.
Because
It's a
you
sweet
drive
little
one.
blue car. It's awesome.
Why didn't you get a CRV?
I didn't want a CRV.
You didn't want anything with trunk space?
I didn't want the CRV that I had, but I needed a car and I received it, so I was grateful.
Do you have trunk space still?
Yeah, it's actually got a pretty decent trunk on it. It's not like the CRV. I mean, that's
Do you have
a small
anything in that
SUV.
trunk right now? Got some junk in that trunk, boy?
Nothing's in the trunk. No,
Oh, that's boring.
no junk in my trunk.
Gross.
I'm skinny.